I can't do it. I'm gonna fail. Why is that I'm so stupid when it comes to accounting? What is going to happen to me in the future if I didn't pass? I wanna die! Hey, what's up, guys? So, before we go into any other type of accounting topics, we first have to understand how the accounting cycle would go through. This is one of the most important topics that you would have to know because these are the outputs that you would do after you have completed doing the entries, computing for the balances of each account titles, after you prepared the final amount of income tax, etc. So before I was so depressed because I don't usually don't get a high grade with my major. I told myself, actually, maybe I should drop out of college and start working already. I don't like this subject anyways. I realized that one thing is missing. I didn't have a good background of the basics, and that's what we are going to tackle today. If we go immediately to the main topic like computing the final balance of cash, or the property, plant, equipment, or the shareholders' equity, you are more likely to not understand the foundation because you might be wondering right now that we don't have to learn this or I already know that. I disagree. It's always good to practice the basics. Do you think Michael Jordan, if he has a basketball game, he just goes into the court and started playing? No, he stretched first, do some layups, do some shooting before he gets in the game. That is what I'm talking about here. Now let's start our discussion. Now, if you're still wondering why you're studying this, I just want you to imagine your favorite sports player and what he is doing before he starts the game. So our first step would be finding a client. No one could start accounting process if there's no client, except if you have your own business and you would also be the accountant on that business at the same time. Next, have a meeting with your client. This is very important because this is the time that you're going to ask questions to your client, like getting their transactions, asking for the background on their business, asking when should the final output be done, etc. By that, you can already strategize on how you're going to do your job for them. Third, analyze their transaction. Make sure to analyze well because this would have a retroactive effect until you made your final balances. Be careful and don't be afraid to ask your client if there's something that you cannot understand what is going on because trust me, they would hate you more if the final output was done wrong. Fourth, make journal entries. If you still don't know how to do that, then just refer to my previous video. It would help you a lot. This would be your basis in computing the final balances, which would be our next step. So what would be our next step? Our fifth step would be making the trial balance. And this step is very hard, you know. These are the final balances of each account titles that is written on your journal entries. So how should you do it? For example, if you're going to get the final balance of cash, just add all the debit balances and journal entries under cash and deduct all its credit entries. Same goes as for the other account titles. Next one would be preparation of the income statement. Now this is really important because this would be our basis. If the company did well, did it earn money or did it had a deficit? This is where you would judge whether you should work harder, keep it up, remain calm, or if you think if the business is going to get bankrupt, then close it. And the last one would be preparation of the financial statement, which is the most important thing among all. And this is the final step, remember. This is the final step of the accounting cycle. This is really important because this is where you would judge if did your business have a higher asset because of its earnings or because it has a high amount of liability. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned a lot in this video. If you have any topics that you want me to do, feel free to comment down below and I'll do a video for that. So like the video and share with your friends. Thank you very much. I also want to share with you one technique that I use when studying. Just remember to study 1 hour after you wake up and before you do anything. Why? Because this is the time your brain is at peak. Your brain was recharged after 8 hours of sleep and now it's wired and ready to consume more information. So take advantage of it and study after you wake up for just 1 hour. That's it. Now, before I end this video, let me ask you a question first. Are you bored studying accounting? Are you not enjoying what you're doing right now? Don't worry, because I just want you to realize we're just starting out. As long as you keep watching my videos, you would soon realize that watching this would be more enjoyable compared to just working or reading a book full of numbers. And you should also know that accounting is not boring. Who says it's boring? The only reason it's boring because you're not learning from the right materials. That's why I'm asking you to subscribe to my channel so you're now part of the family. So stay tuned for more video, guys.